The media pushes Hillary Clinton's agenda. I'm Brian Lilley with the Rebel.media. By now, you've heard the outrage. You've heard the clip. Donald Trump singing the praises of former Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein was a bad guy, right? He was a bad guy, really bad guy. But you know what he did well? He killed terrorists. He did that so good. They didn't read him the rights. They didn't talk. They were a terrorist. It was over.
Now, that was the outrage after Trump made those comments Tuesday night at a rally in North Carolina. Except here's the thing. One, he didn't praise Saddam Hussein. He just said that, unlike the current Iraqi government, he knew how to deal with terrorists. He actually said Saddam Hussein was a really bad guy. Everyone agrees on that, and everyone can agree that Iraq has a problem with terrorists right now. Two, he's been saying this for months. What's the difference now? Well, as David Weigel points out in a great piece in the Washington Post, the difference now is that Hillary Clinton needed an assist from the media. She couldn't have the news cycle being dominated by James Comey, the FBI director, coming out and calling her reckless in handling top secret information on her private email server. Clinton may have escaped charges, but she was still facing a pretty hefty condemnation from the head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So, point everyone to something that Donald Trump has been saying before. As Weigel points out in his piece, this is something that Donald Trump has been saying in media interviews, in rally after rally, since at least last fall. Check out this interview from October with CNN's Jake Tapper.
The world would be better off with Saddam Hussein
100%.
and Gaddafi in power.
100%. Now, as far as Assad is concerned,
what about the human rights abuses?
Let's talk about, well, you don't think they're happening now? They're worse now than they ever were. People are getting their heads chopped off. They're being drowned. Right now, they're far worse than they were ever under Saddam Hussein or Gaddafi.
Then there's his interview with CBS's John Dickerson earlier this year.
You had Saddam Hussein, who was a bad guy and all of that, but he made a living off killing terrorists. Now, if you want to become a terrorist, you go to Iraq. That's like the Harvard of terrorism, okay?
At no time does Trump actually praise Saddam Hussein. What he does is say that this is a dictator who knew how to handle the terrorists, the extremists. That's an argument I've been hearing liberals make since before George W. Bush ordered troops into Iraq. In fact, liberals have long claimed Saddam Hussein never should have been overthrown, that this would have made sure we didn't have ISIS now. They're still making that argument. But now that Donald Trump says something similar, he's the bad man. Suddenly, Saddam Hussein should have been overthrown. The Iraq war should have happened. Liberals are turning themselves inside out, whether they're liberals in the media or liberals elsewhere, just trying to take on Donald Trump. Is Trump the most eloquent speaker? No, he doesn't try to be. But he does make serious points when he says that Iraq has become Harvard for terrorists. We all know this. The whole world knows that ISIS is recruiting people, they're training people, they're bringing in foreign fighters from around the world. The media is shameless in their attempt to prosecute Donald Trump while protecting Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton had a very bad day on Tuesday. She should have had a bad day on Wednesday. But thanks to the media, the attention was turned elsewhere. This was nothing but a protective measure for their gal.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.